Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So this is the lab session for your basic workshop practice. So this basic workshop practice is added in your syllabus to give you hand-on experience of various manufacturing processes, also the basic electrical and electronics and computer hardware and networking. Okay. So why this subject is required? So the first is to impart the knowledge of the various manufacturing processes. So there are various manufacturing processes that required to manufacture or assemble any project or any machine. Okay. So these processes, they includes the welding process, then the machining operations, then carpentry. So these are some basic manufacturing processes. Then second is to give the hand-on practice of all these processes to impart the basic knowledge of the electrical wiring and the electronic circuits, and to impart the knowledge of computer hardware and networking. Okay, because during your 4 years you will work on various projects, and for these projects you must have some basic knowledge of the manufacturing processes, some fundamental knowledge of the electrical engineering and the electronic circuits. Okay, so for this subject is added in your syllabus. So this subject, it is only for the term work, so there is no theory paper on this subject. So as all the lectures are online, so it is not possible to give you the physical experience or the hand-on experience of the processes, but through this online lecture I will try to demonstrate these processes. So here I have taken one example so that you can understand the need of this subject. So suppose you are working on the design and the manufacturing of the electrical vehicle. So this electrical vehicle, it has the number of components. There are some components from the mechanical engineering, some from the electrical and electronic engineering, and some part it includes the computer programming. Okay. So for all the engineers, irrespective of the branches, you must have the fundamental knowledge of the various manufacturing assembly processes. Okay. Also, you must have the knowledge of basic electrical and electronic and the computer hardware and networking. Okay. So here, the example I have taken, it is the electrical vehicle. So you can see here, when you start manufacturing the electrical vehicle, the first part is its framework. Okay. So this is called as a rigid structure. So this rigid structure, it is made up of the steel tubes or the steel pipes. Okay, so the steel pipes, they are welded to each other. So this process, that is the first process, it is the welding process. Okay, so in your syllabus we have the demonstration of the welding process, how the welding is carried out. So similarly, during the assembly of the car, we need the nut and bolts, okay, and other components, that is a shaft. So all these nut, bolt and the shafts, they are manufactured with the help of the lathe machine. So this is called as a machining operation. Okay. So you can see here the image of the machining operation. So this machining operation, so basically this is called as a turning operation. So with the help of turning operation, we can manufacture the nuts and bolts. Okay. So you have the demonstration how these nuts and bolts are manufactured with the help of this lathe machine. So second image, this is for the lathe machine. So also it requires some electrical wiring, because the electrical vehicle, it is driven by the electrical motor, and for this electrical motor we need some three-phase or a single phase wiring. So you must have the knowledge of the basic electrical and electronic. So this is the assembly of the motor with the gearbox. So you can see here. So this is the axle and this is the motor mounted. So the RPM of this motor is controlled with the help of the motor controller. So this motor controller, basically it is an electronic circuit. So you can see here in the second image. Okay. So when you work on such projects, you must have the fundamental knowledge of all branches. That is the mechanical, that is the manufacturing processes, then the electrical engineering, electronic engineering. Okay. So also sometimes you need to model the wooden framework. Okay. So for that, the carpentry subject is added in the basic workshop practice. So you will get the knowledge of various processes carried out in the carpentry. And last, there is a subject of the computer hardware and the networking. Okay. So here you will be given the knowledge of the basic computer parts and how these parts are assembled, and at the same time the networking. Okay. So this is the overall content of your basic workshop practice. So this is your syllabus for your basic workshop. So these are the processes that you will study in this basic workshop practice. Okay. So here the first is fitting shop. So you have one job on the fitting. So fitting is from the mechanical engineering. So basically it is a manufacturing process. Then there is a hardware, computer hardware and the networking. So this is from the computer engineering. So in the computer hardware, we will see the assembly of various components. Then we have the demonstration on the welding process. Then plumbing. So this is about the pipe fittings. Then we have one demonstration on the machine shop. So in the demonstration, you will study the use of lathe machine. So I have just shown the image of lathe machine, how the drilling process is carried out, and the milling machine. Okay. So we will see these operations. This is the turning operation on the lathe machine, then drilling operation by using drilling machine, and the milling operation by using milling machine. Next, we have the carpentry shop. So in the carpentry shop, you have two jobs in the carpentry shop. Next, we have the basic electrical workshop. So in the electrical workshop, you will learn the electrical connections or electrical wirings. At the same time, you will learn how PCBs are created or PCB layout is designed. Okay. And then how the components are mounted and the soldering process. So this is the part in the basic electrical workshop. And last, we have the sheet metal working. Okay. So today we will start with the carpentry job. So I will show the complete process for the carpentry. Okay, so this is the syllabus for the carpentry shop. So use and setting of the hand tools like hacksaw, jack planes, chisels, and various gauges for construction of various joints, wood turning, and modern wood turning methods. The second part is the term will include one carpentry job involving a joint and the report on the demonstration of a job involving wood turning operation. Okay. So basically in the carpentry workshop, so you will learn how the joints are made, and second, there is a demonstration on the wood turning operation. Okay. So we will see the first job in the carpentry. So before that, we will see what are the instruments required. So for the carpentry shop, we need tri-square, then steel ruler or the measuring tape. Okay. So here you can see this is a tri-square. So you must have seen this instrument. So the tri-square, this is used to measure the exact 90-degree angle. So if you are given a wooden piece and if you want to make all the sides perpendicular to each other, then you can check this 90-degree with the help of the tri-square. So this is how the tri-square is connected to the job. Also the tri-square, this is used to draw the exact perpendicular lines or the parallel lines. So in the second image, you can observe how these lines are drawn. Then the second instrument that is required, it is the steel ruler to mark the distances, or you can use the measuring tape. Okay. The next instrument is hacksaw. So if you want to cut the small piece of that wood, then you can use the hacksaw. Then for rounding the edges, you need the files. Okay, so this is the bench voice. So bench voice, they are used to hold the job firmly when we are carrying out the cutting operation. So you can see here in the first image. So we have connected one metal piece which is to be cut, and then we are using the hacksaw to cut that metal piece. Okay. So this is generally used for the metal pieces or the metal objects. And for the wooden objects, you can see the second image for the bench voice. Okay. So this type of voice, they are used for the woodworking operations. The next is the handsaw. So when we want to cut the large pieces of the wood, then we can use the handsaw. The next is the hammer. Then to remove some material from the wood, we need chisels. So there are various types of chisels that are used for the material removal. Then we use mallet. This is called as a wooden hammer. The next instrument is the hand planer. So hand planer, it is used to remove the thin material. So we can make the wooden part smooth. The next is the marking gauge, which is called as a mortise gauge. So we will see the use of all these instruments. So the first job, it is to make a mortise tenon joint. Okay. So where the mortise tenon joint is used. So this is first image, it is for the mortise tenon joint. Okay. And this is used for the construction of the chairs or the beds. So you can see here, with the help of the mortise tenon joint, we can connect the two pieces of the wood. So this is the mortise tenon joint. Okay. So this is the first piece. It is connected with this piece. So this is the mortise tenon joint. Okay. So this wooden piece, it is inserted in the second wooden piece with the help of this joint. So here you can see the separate image. So what is a mortise tenon joint? So a mortise tenon joint connects two pieces of the wood or of any other material. Okay. So mortise and tenon joints are strong and stable joints that can be used in many projects without using the nails. Okay. Suppose we want to connect the two wooden pieces, okay, without using the nails, then we can use the joint, mortise and tenon joint. So the basic mortise and tenon has two components. So one is mortise hole and second is the tenon tongue. Okay. So basically the tenon is formed on the end of the member, generally referred as a rail, which fits into a square or rectangular hole cut into the other piece. Okay, so you can see here. So this portion or this made wooden piece, this is called as a rail, and this part, this is called as a tenon. Okay, so this tenon, it will be inserted in this mortise hole. So this is called as a mortise hole. So this mortise hole, it can have the shape of a rectangle, or it is a square, or it can be a circle. Okay, so this tenon will be inserted in this mortise hole to form the mortise tenon joint. So now we will see how the operations are carried out to make the mortise tenon joint. So this is the diagram to make the mortise tenon joint. So I will share this diagram afterwards. So if you want, you can take the screenshot of this diagram, mortise tenon joint. So with the help of this animation, you can understand how the tenon tongue is inserted in the mortise hole. Okay, and how the material or which part from the wooden piece is to be removed to form the tenon tongue and the mortise hole. So this is the first wooden piece. This is called as a rail, and this is the second wooden piece in which we can make the mortise hole. It may be a rectangular, square, or the circular. So let us see how the material is to be removed from that rail portion. So you can see here some marking. So actually this part is to be removed from this rail. So it will become the tenon tongue, and then from this second member we will remove this portion. So this highlighted portion. So this will form the mortise rectangular hole. So this is how the mortise tenon joint is formed. So here you can see the various instruments to make the mortise tenon joint. So this is the wooden piece. So we will need two such wooden pieces to make one tenon tongue, and second is the mortise hole. Then to mark the distances, we need the meter scale. So this is the hand saw. And this is the jack plane. So this is for the planing operations. So with the help of this jack plane, we can remove the thin portion or thin layer from the wooden piece to make it smooth. And this is the tri-square to check the 90 degrees and to mark the parallel lines. And this is the mortise gauge or the marking gauge. So basically this is used to mark the lines on that wooden piece by a specific distance. So here you can observe. So this pointer, so this is used to mark the lines on the wooden piece. And with the help of this screw arrangement, we can change the distance between these two. So this is a plate and this is the marker. Okay. Okay, so these are the basic instruments that are required to form the mortise tenon joint. Now we will see the operations. Okay, so here we will see the operations. So first operation is, so we have to mark the lines as per the diagram. So we can cut the given wooden piece into two pieces. So one piece is the used for the mortise hole and second is for the tenon end. Okay. So this is the marking. Now with the help of the tri-square, you can draw exact vertical line. Okay, so now fix this wooden piece into the bench vise. So this is the bench vise which is used for the wooden operations. Now by using the handsaw, cut this piece into two pieces. Now this is the planing operation by using the jack plane. So basically this is a hand planer. So with the help of this tri-square, you can check the exact level of this complete piece. So whether the material has removed equally from all the surface. So you can check this. Okay, so this is the use of the tri-square. Okay, you can check all the surfaces whether they are exactly 90 degree to each other. Okay. So if they are not 90 degree, then with the help of the jack plane, you can remove some material and then you can check whether they are again 90 degree. Now this is the mortise gauge or the marking gauge. So actually here the marking line is, you can see here. So this distance between this holding plate and this marking point, this is equal to 40 mm. Okay. So we need to remove this extra material. So this line is drawn. So this will be the reference when we are performing the planing operation by using the jack planer. Okay. So up to this line, we need to remove the material. So the distance will be the 40 mm exactly. So you can see here the use of mortise gauge again. So this is how the marking is made by using the mortise gauge. So once both the pieces are exactly 40 by 40, so then you can make the marking for the mortise and tenon. So tenon is formed by 45 mm distance,